All right, welcome in everybody. We're going to get started here in just one moment. If you are on the Zoom, welcome in. If you would like to record, just let us know. We'll allow that. If you have a question, just use the raise your hand feature and we'll let you ask that. But we're going to start with questions in the room. So open up Sandra Herrera.
Yeah, Becco, congratulations on the win.
Thank you.
This final window came into play right after an international break. For some teams, they kind of maybe utilize that break as a moment to hit a reset button and maybe use this final week as a little bit of a get right game. Was there any of that in the build up to this game for you and your team?
Yeah, we obviously analyzed everything, how we want to approach the window itself and the final game going into playoffs, and we had a little bit of a rough time, I would say, or we had a few games that we were not as good as we wanted to be, and then we got out of it and started playing well right before the international window. So we didn't want to stop that momentum. So that's why we went on in the final with our best team, played well, won the game, and we wanted to start our best team, best 11 on the field, and carry that momentum on in the playoffs.
Ahead of this game, the availability report dropped and Temwa was listed as out. How much of that, how much can you say about it? How much of it was precautionary? How much was it perhaps planned a little bit? Is there something there that maybe she had been playing through that we don't know about?
To be quite honest, with Temo was day by day, and we just felt like today was not the right time for her to play. She did have a little bit of a knock in the warm up before the game in San Antonio, and we tried to see how it's going to go. We were monitoring everything, and on halftime, I got the nod from the medical team that she needs to come out, and I'm glad she scored those two goals in the first half and then came out. But then for this one, obviously she's our best goal scorer. It's the stats show that, and there's no question about it. We missed them up, but I'm glad that all three of our forwards were able to score a goal and bring the W for us. I thought they were very dangerous. They scored really good goals, and they created some good opportunities. So I think as a team, it's important for us to know that if the opponents are going to close down Temo, they're going to bring an extra player. They're going to shift and defend different. That we have forwards, they can change the game as well. That we have Debinha, we have Michelle Cooper, we have Michelle Prince, and that's I think that's what this game showed.
Follow up on Michelle Cooper there. She is still such a young player, so early in her professional career, but it's so noticeable from her year one to the next year, sort of some of her development and how she has made these progressions moving forward as a professional. With this last game of the regular season, what are maybe some evaluations that you've seen in her strides over the course of this season, coaching her in your first year back?
I think that the first thing that comes up is understanding of the game, and I think that her knowledge of the game grew, and now she sees spaces, she sees the angles better. She's more available. You saw her today. At one point, she was in the middle on the left making runs. She was up on the and she was the one that was providing width on the back line. But then we saw her all the way down as a right back to receive the ball. And I think that's actually that's the area that she grew the most. But I think there's still so much room for her to grow. I think that we're going to see even better Michelle Cooper going into next year.
With experience at the club and international level, is this a player that you think should maybe see some time in the national team setting?
Yes, absolutely. I mean, if you ask me, any player that is starting and have an impact on a team that is one of the best teams in the league uh, has an has a chance to play on the national team or should be looked at.
Last one for me before the Zoom. You mentioned that this is your year back in NWSL. You're no stranger to the NWSL postseason. how does it feel to get back to this moment for yourself personally in your career?
Yeah, I mean, I'm actually looking forward to it. I'm excited. This was the first goal that we had. We wanted to make the playoffs, and the next goal was to make the playoffs and have that game at home, which is important for us. It is a special moment. I obviously have not been in the playoffs for now 4 or 5 years because I haven't been in the league for that long. But I'm looking forward to it. I think that the playoffs are special moments. I think that the games are a little different. They're a little bit more intense. They're a little more tactical. Like every aspect of the game is a little bit elevated, and I think that the fans will enjoy some good shows.
All right, thanks. We're gonna go to the Zoom now. Daniel Sperry, KC Star.
Hey Vlatko, congrats on the win. Just one quick question on Temba. Is she 100% available for the playoffs? But like I know you said it's precautionary, but will she be in the mix for playoffs?
Daniel, as I said, she is day by day, and we'll see how she feels when we get back in Kansas City. She didn't travel with us, and we'll know more probably on Tuesday, Wednesday.
And then you mentioned all three forwards up front getting a goal today. Nichelle, the way the lineup looked on TV was that she was at the left wing. I know you've been playing her as the 9. Just the ability to kind of fluidly use her across the front line. Missed a lot of time earlier in the year with injuries. Just how good has it been to kind of get her to a point where she's really got the game underneath her feet over these last few weeks?
Yeah, I think Michelle was great today, and she's been great for us in the games that she played. Today we used her as an 11, and she adjusted very well. We felt like there is something that we can exploit with her movement from that position, but also with her movement, we felt like she's going to help Deb to get more involved on the ball, and they were very well synchronized. Especially in the first half, and they executed very well. So I'm happy for her. I'm happy that she got a goal as well, and had a great impact on the game.
All right, thanks, Daniel. Next, we're gonna go to Steph Young, The Athletic.
Thanks, Jeff. Hi, Coach. Congrats on the win. Headed into playoffs, you talked about the scores, but I wanted to ask about the defense, especially Kayla Sharple, someone who, didn't necessarily had to come in and make some adjustments and had to settle into that center back role. I'm just wondering, head into playoffs, the importance that you ascribe to having kind of a settled center back pair who understand what's going on with the goalkeeper and has been through several hard games with you already.
Yeah, I mean, it is very important, even though for center back pairing, sometimes it takes a lot longer. I feel like Alana and Kayla have settled in very well. Kayla has done a tremendous job. She's super analytical and watches our games and analyzes them, a lot. She also analyzes opponents as a unit and individuals so much because she just wanted to adjust and adapt as soon as possible, and it seems like she has done a great job. We're very happy to have her. She's done a great job defensively, but one thing that I think sometimes goes unnoticed is how much she's helping in the build-up and starting the attacks for us.
Thank you, Coach.
Thanks, Steph. Any other questions for Coach? Okay, we're gonna be back with Kayla Sharples and Nichelle Prince. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you.
All right, welcome back in. We are very excited to have Kayla Sharples and Michelle Prince with us. Once again, if you have a question, use the raise your hand feature and we'll get to that. But we're gonna start in the room. Simon, you have any
Yeah,
questions?
congratulations on the win. The final match week of the regular season comes kind of tacked on the end of an international break. For some teams, maybe that break is a little bit of an opportunity to sort of maybe hit a reset button, maybe take some time to reflect. How much of that was a component for the two of you in the build-up to this game, or how much of it maybe was a non-factor going into a game like this?
Um, it was a chance for us just to, again, work on things that is just going to help us become even better for the next game. So we didn't really take, like any days off or take it lightly. So going into this game against Chicago, we just knew we had a game plan. We wanted to execute it. I think we did a relatively good job of that. Would have liked to have a shutout. So that was a bit disappointing, and we'll look back to see what we could have done differently to prevent that goal. But yeah, it's just about, I think, working together and continuing to gel and kind of peaking at the right time heading into playoffs. I think that was crucial. So the past 2 weeks just in training, just staying locked in was really important, and just kind of using that momentum.
Looking, I mean, I don't know how much you can give me in terms of being reflective because the game just finished. But in terms of this season, looking at the team and how they performed in the first half of the season and the second half of the season, the two of you really in particular really had these more elevated roles down this second half of the season, this push for playoffs. Can you speak a little bit to kind of your elevated roles on the team and your efforts to kind of get to this point?
Yeah, I think, obviously this team has had a great season. We started off really hot with good results. And I think the challenge with this league is that every team is really great and everyone improved going into the second half of the season. And so I think it was just about fine tuning a few things and, adding a little bit more to our game. And I think for me, I wanted to come in and just bring something different, bring my game. And it took a little bit to like really gel with everyone around me and like really find my footing. But I feel like, again, like Kayla said, I think we're all peaking at the right time and everything's coming together. And yeah, with Kayla coming in, it's been great, just solidifying that back line a little bit more. And yeah, I think it's been a good second half and we're all gelling.
Yeah, I mean, Nisha, you're being humble. I think really, I mean, today having a goal and assist, I mean, she's obviously a great attacker, and it helps us be more dangerous, more lethal in the attack when we're not just scoring from 10 or one person. It's anyone can do it. And that's something we have to note. But I also think your defensive presence has really helped us a lot. And I think so. I think that is, you talk about an elevated role, like we see that a lot, and that helps the people behind her. And so like for me coming in to I would say the back third of the season, had about 8 games. It's a hard task coming in to a team that's already solidified. They know what they want to do, their philosophy, how they play. And the beginning was as seamless as it could be with the people around me and the knowledge that they were able to provide me and just asking a bunch of questions. But yeah, so I think that in the last 8 games is just, let's lock down. Like I knew, I mean, they were already, I think, in first and second place when I came in, and it was about how can I impact the team in the best way possible to help them be successful. And so, yeah, it was a quick turnaround, but it was just every single day, just trying to do the best that I can and to help this team. And I mean, my teammates are awesome, so it's quite easy to kind of play that role.
How's it been for both of you? How's it been sort of navigating this season under Gardnerowski? Because this is his first year back coaching in NWSL, and from outside observations, it looks like he's coaching with a bit of purpose, perhaps maybe even a bit of a chip on the shoulder. Is that a right read, or how's it been sort of navigating this season with him?
Yeah, I feel like he's a coach that just has expectations for us and it really brings the best out of us. And he's brought that since day one. It hasn't just been, okay, now we're doing well, so let's like shoot for playoffs from day one. It was, this is what we expect from you guys and this is what we expect from this organization. And but it's in a way that he truly believes in all of us. And especially for me, like coming in, I feel like it's brought out a different part of my game and a different part of my confidence. And so yeah, I think he is a coach that, like I said, wants to bring the best out of us and truly has a vision. And it's been the same since day one. And every day he just says, focus on this next game, and then we focus on the next. And so I think it's really allowed us to have one vision for our season. And yeah, I hope that that's obvious to everyone who's watching, that we have one purpose and one goal that's throughout the staff and the players.
I mean, I think, yeah, she nailed it. I would just add, I mean, you've obviously had like the whole season, and I think coming in later too, that's how I felt. That's exactly the read that I got coming in to this team and organization. And I think it starts from him, but then it rubs off on everyone else in the coaching staff and then the players. And it's something that just is kind of this culture that has been set. And you kind of nailed it about, he really does take every game at a time. And of course, like, we have clinched playoffs a few games back, but that's done. Let's move on to this next game. How can we better prepare ourselves for this game that would hopefully help us in playoffs? And I think above all else, really trying to develop and teach the players. I think that's something that I was really seeking, and I've already felt that. And I feel like every day in training, I mean, we're already learning new things, and it's always about us as a team and what we can do together on the field versus what the opponent's going to do. And I think that's really special, and I think that helps us as a team become successful.
All right, thanks, Sandra. We're going to go to the Zoom now. First question up, Steph Young from The Athletic.
Ooh, thanks, Jeff. Kayla, Vlaco was just in here talking about how much he liked not just your defensive contributions, but your ability to work in the build-up as well. Maybe, Nichelle, you can come on this too from your perspective higher up the field. But I'm just wondering, especially for someone who kind of had to come in and, like you said, like do a little transition, even if it was seamless, what do you like about your game that you've seen in the past couple of months, especially working with a new team that you think has been really good?
Yeah, I think I knew what the expectation he kind of had for the whole team. I think it's always to be on the front foot and to be aggressive. And I think that plays into my strengths very well, specifically defensively. And so if I can do that defensively, it gives me confidence. And then when I have more confidence, I tend to do better on the ball and in possession. So I think that just reflecting on so far in the season with this club, I've seen that. And this whole season in general, I've been playing on the left-hand side, which is not what I would typically do. So I've been really just trying to focus on, okay, I'm on my weaker foot, but let's not use that as a weakness, and let's try to focus and trying to shift that into being a strength. And every day in training, trying different types of balls and just be more confident on that left-hand side. So when teams might, force a typical left center back who's right-footed, it's a little bit easier. And now we have a little bit more threats that is helpful for the team, and it makes us a little bit more unpredictable. So yeah, just getting more confidence, and I think the players around me make it really easy. I mean, we have such talented midfielders, defenders, forwards, and so just reading their movements, they're very good at making selfless movements. And when they're doing that, it's easy for me to find them. And so I think that's what's kind of given me confidence and allowed me to, just be a little bit better in possession.
Thank you.
Thanks, Steph. Do we have any other questions for these two? Okay, that's it for us today. The playoffs start next week. Tickets go on sale tomorrow for the first quarterfinal game, Kansas City against North Carolina Courage. Tickets on sale at kansascitycurrent.com. Thanks, everybody.